This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, continues to offer condolences to the families of the 45 Emirati martyrs who died while performing their national duty defending the security of Yemen. Accompanying His Highness Sheikh Mohammed yesterday to visit families across the country was the Dubai Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, as well as a number of senior officials. The delegation visited a number of different areas and mourning majlis, where the ruler of Dubai expressed his deep condolences. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed admired the sense of strength that he felt among the bereaved families and stated that those gallant heroes and their children are our own flesh and blood, for we are but one family. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, also offered his sincere condolences to families across the country, visiting mourning majlis. He had also ordered that an office for the affairs of martyrs' families be created at the Crown Prince's court. The office is mandated to follow up the requirements of families of martyrs in coordination with other authorities and to provide necessary support and care to them. His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai, officially opened the 14th edition of Cityscape Global 2015 today. After the ribbon-cutting ceremony, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai and his delegation toured the various stalls at the exhibition and thanked all the exhibitors for their participation in the latest edition of Cityscape Global 2015. According to the organisers, the event is the largest it's been in 6 years. Over 300 international and regional exhibitors from 30 different countries and over 100 local developers were expected in this year's show that is running for 3 days until the 10th of September. Covering 40,000 square metres of exhibition space at the Dubai World Trade Center, Day 1 saw developers from the UK, Qatar, Egypt, the Americas, Canada and China out in force. Meanwhile, Turkey boasted the largest international pavilion at the show with 50 exhibitors, due to a high demand from GCC investors. Meanwhile, at the Cityscape conference, developers and senior figures from the real estate sectors stated that more should be done to address the shortage of affordable housing. Commenting on the current economic environment, the CEO of the Wasl Asset Management Group, His Excellency Hesham Al-Qasim, said that it is a healthy correction that has arrived at the right time. Developers were encouraged to be smart and introduce affordable housing for mid-income home buyers to increase stability in the real estate market. With a number of projects set to be unveiled at this year's Cityscape, the head of research at JLL added that only 20% of the projects launched in 2015 can be classed as mid-income housing.
There is enough supply. I don't think that it's oversupply. I think there is enough supply. The oversupply was in 2009 and it has been absorbed by the market from 2010 till 2013. So it has taken a very long time till it has been absorbed. Today, I think the inventory available in the market is the right inventory for the city to have, to balance the market pricing, not to go high or to low side. The political position of the region as a whole, it is going into critical timing. We wish that it will going to settle at one point of time. But on the other hand, the industry itself is going into difficult, it's going into correction time. The correction is going very smoothly. And I think that correction will going to continue till end of 2016. And by 2017, there's going to be another year of growth.
Yes, I think inevitably it will. And what we found last time in 2008 and 9, the prices and rents automatically went down just under market pressure. And that obviously made them more affordable. But I think more importantly, what we're now seeing is that a number of the major developers have recognised the shortage of affordable housing. And they're developing schemes in that area. We've just looked at about 20% of all the schemes this year have been launched are affordable. And we would expect that percentage to go up over time. I think it's very much, we need to, in order for Dubai or the UAE to be sustainable, it needs more affordable housing. The government has recognised that. It's just that it needs to have mechanisms in place to allow it to happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's an important shift in thinking that Dubai has provided very well for the luxury and the high end. It now needs to provide more accommodation for the middle income families.
The start of the Federal and National Council campaigns officially started today after a 3-day delay to mourn and honour the 45 Emirati soldiers who died over in Yemen. The campaigns for 341 candidates were set to launch on Sunday this week, having had their campaigns approved last week, which is in the run-up to the third elections next month. 129 of the candidates are under the age of 40, and it's been reported that social media will play a large part in reaching out to the community for votes. Ahmed bin Humaidan, the head of Dubai's election committee, was quoted in a local daily advising candidates to get professional help when it comes to designing their advertisements and showing themselves in the best light. From November the 1st this year, mothers and their newborns can reap the benefits of a new home service package that is being launched by the Primary Health Care Centres, which is run by the Dubai Health Authority for Newborn Aftercare. The new home care package will include a visit from a nurse for a complete postnatal home care checkup for a new mother and her baby. The service will be available for all Emiratis and expat residents who are registered under any of the PHCs pregnancy and postnatal packages. Dr. Manal Tayyam, the CEO of the DHA's Primary Health Centre network, was quoted in a local daily as saying that under this facility, on a typical visit, the nurse will check the baby's umbilical cord, administer necessary vaccinations, provide lactation counselling, and also check on the mother's general health in order to detect any signs of conditions like postnatal depression. Médecins Sans Frontières, one of the leading international independent medical humanitarian organisations, has kicked off an awareness campaign through a stewardship tour here in the UAE. According to MSF, the tour is a part of an annual speaker series where field doctors and experts present their first-hand experiences to the UAE public on some of the humanitarian cases and crises they have dealt with. Officials revealed that the MSF delivers emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare, as well as offering assistance to people based on need, irrespective of race, religion, gender, or political affiliation. The first speaker at the annual MSF Speaker Series was Dr. Javed Abdulmonem, who is a registrar in emergency medicine at the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital over in London. He's also a board member of MSF UK. He's also a medical presenter on the Cure programme, which is a TV series that looks at some of the world's most intractable health problems and the inspirational people working to find a cure. Dr. Javed has responded to some of the most acute humanitarian crises, including missions in Iraq, Haiti, South Sudan, Syria, and most recently over in Sierra Leone.
I'm here in the MSF UAE office in Dubai. We are trying to start I am the first speaker in what will be an annual event of speakers, really for two reasons. Firstly, to raise awareness of what MSF does on the whole in the region and around the world and in terms of our work, but secondly also to say thank you to our current donors, because all of our nearly 90% of our funding comes from Mr. Ordinary and Mrs. Ordinary, who give us you know, whatever they can. So it's really to give them a thank you, to bring stories back from the field. You know, I've collected a lot of feel-good stories of patients I've helped and treated, and it's nice to give that feedback back to our donors, just to say, hey, this is what your dirham or dinar or pound or euro fetched. So it's a thank you, but it's also to raise awareness of what our work does, because we can always have more supporters. It can be very sort of psychologically traumatizing or stressful work, but at the same time, I always say it's nourishing to the soul. For me personally, I think you really see firsthand the difficult lives people lead, and MSF gives me personally a chance to go somewhere and try and redress that. It gives me perspective. I understand that where I live in London, you know, in a very nice part of London, life's very easy, and it's very easy for a person to get caught up in what I call hashtag first world problems. You know, oh, my mobile phone isn't charged. Oh, that bus is 2 minutes late. Actually, go off to MSF, and you see some people living really difficult lives, you know, under horrible circumstances. And if you can just do a little bit for them, luckily I have a way of doing that through my medical practice with MSF, it's nourishing to my soul, no matter how hard it is while I'm there. So it's something I'll always do.
And finally, looking to other news now, aimed at offering young poets and writers a platform to demonstrate their skills, organisers of the Emirates Airline Festival of Literature have announced that registrations for their student annual competitions are now open. Students between the ages of 8 and 18 years from around the region are once again invited to participate in the Chevron Readers' Cup, as well as the Hamdan bin Mohammed Heritage Centre Qasida de Parcours competitions. According to organisers, the competitions are among the major highlights of the festival, attracting young minds from across the region to share their love for the written word. School teams can register for the 4th edition of the quiz competition online until the 22nd of October. The students will be tested on their understanding of books written by authors that will be attending the festival in 2016. Meanwhile, those passionate about poetry can also apply for the reciting competition on the festival's website. The finals are expected to take place on the 9th of March, and the Emirates Airline Festival of Literature will be a 12-day event from the 1st to the 12th of March 2016.
The Chevron Readers' Cup and the Qasida Parcours would generally be done as a school competition. So the Chevron Readers' Cup is a team competition, 2 age groups, and it's very, very easy. All you need is one teacher who's prepared to give a little bit of time to a team of 4 children and get the books for them, which are all available from a local bookshop, and encourage them to read and then be able to answer questions on them. So that's for our keen readers. The Qasida Parcours, again, it's normally a school who would enter, and they would choose their students who excel in performing poetry and really conveying the meaning of that poem to the audience. Very easy to sign up through our website, www.emirateslitfest.com. And the Talim Award, which is the poetry, and the Oxford University Press story writing competition are both aimed at individuals. A lot of schools do organise their students to enter, but anyone can enter these from home. So if you're a keen writer, again, have a look at our website. There are different age groups, and it's very, very easy to submit your work, and fantastically successful, and we publish books with the winning entries in.